mute itself? Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Hi, Everett. You need to go to bed.
Nathan Reynolds, hey, what's up?
You didn't get my bottle.
Dang sound, it muted it. My computer had to do a restart, right? Update, right when I turned it on, and I got everything all set up. Can you wave, bud? Wave and say.
Let's go get you to bed.
All right, time to go to bed, bud. I love you.
Dad, you didn't get
I'll go get some water. Let's go.
Mommy can
Go
get you
together.
some water, bud. Okay, I love you. Good night. Okay, so are we no sound still, or are we good? Mac and cheese, is that yes for we've got sound? Okay, perfect. Sorry about that, guys. Still trying to get all these things figured out. So, we'll start that again then. Hey guys, welcome to the Cosplay Apprentice, where I do my best to teach you guys how to forge your favorite fandom in reality. And in today's apprenticeship, we'll be working on the rework of my Nightwing abs, ab section. So when I was talking and you guys weren't hearing anything I was saying, I was explaining that these are falling apart. It's just a shelf liner thing, and I thought it would have a cool look to it, but it's actually like 2 layers. It's got kind of this rubbery layer on the top, and then it's got this other secondary layer that sticks to the shelf. And the centerpieces adhered really well to the top layer, but the 2 layers aren't holding well together. They're kind of peeling apart, if you can see there. So, but yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to rework these. We're going to do it out of foam. That'll allow us to be able to do some cool things with it. And so that's what we're doing tonight, because I want to be able to wear my Nightwing for Halloween. So I need to get these abs fixed. All right, let's see. Who we got? Yeah, Nathan Reynolds, Madeline Page, what's up? Welcome. Threaded Drake. Hey, how are ya? How are you doing, Kevin? Threaded Drake, 54, what's up? Okay, awesome, awesome. We got some great people here already. I'm glad we got the sound working. Let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to change camera angles. And we'll take a look and dive in here. And get you. Okay, so as you can see, I lost a piece here, and then these are kind of all coming apart. Just, you know, peeling up and everything, which is not cool. So what we're gonna do is rework this so that it's looking good. All right. So we're gonna do it in foam. Remember, if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, I did some techniques with the foam. I was kind of experimenting. Let me see if I can find my test piece I did that with. I may have thrown that test piece away. Yeah, so I threw that test piece away, but that's like extruding, pushing out, heating up the foam, pushing out, doing some cool ab stuff. So we're gonna play around with that technique and use it for my Nightwing abs. So that'll be awesome. Let's see. Oh, sweet. Madeline Page, you're thinking about making one for yourself, so this is perfect timing. Awesome. Hey, Joshua Campbell, you're working on Voltron. Nice. Sweet. Nice work. That's awesome. I just started watching. They have the rest of, like, the next season, or the rest of the episodes from this last season up now. I just started watching some of those. I haven't gotten through it yet, but I'm pretty excited about that. Okay. So what you can see here used to be glued to the neck piece that I had. It was glued along here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna now take this and try to cut out a piece of foam that's like this same shape here to be able to use. I'll have to press this down as I trace it on there, but basically I just want to take this same shape that we created And actually I probably only need to have to do half of it, really, to get it. But I want to basically not do any more work. Trace it onto the foam, and then we'll be able to then start doing our design. We'll bring in the knife, the heat, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to do some cool stuff. So what I'm going to use for this is the .6 millimeter.
Can you turn that light on over there?
Oh yeah, that'll help.
It's a little dark.
That's what it was. Hey, now that's looking better. That camera does not do well in low light. Okay, cool. Good call, Olivia. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, let's see. Talon Stevenson, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, season 4 of Voltron. It's kind of weird. They did a half season, and then they're like, "Oh, this is actually another season." I felt like, but Dante Flores, Cavero. Hopefully, I said that right. Oh, that's a really long name. Hola. Mike keeps cutting in and out. Dang it, wowza. Sorry about that. I don't know. Let me see. Hello? Test, test, test. Why did these reset? I had them at... I had this there. Is this okay still? Hello? Hello? Oh, my computer restarted as well, so... This... Hello, 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 hello? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sorry. I need to, I don't know how to get through these problems without actually doing it live. So I appreciate you guys being patient as we kind of work out some of the details with this new thing. So it's working now. Okay, good. All right, sweet. So I've got the 6 millimeter foam from TNT Cosplay Supply that we're gonna trace this onto. All right. Line this up along the top there. Get as best as good a look as we can get there. Okay. And then these are all kind of, I added a curve into these for the armor. Now I'm wanting it to just be straight. Okay.
Sweet. Lifestyle Lovely's applying this technique to an Amazon woman. Who knows? I might throw in some.
That would be way cool. All right, here we go. So yeah, I mean, nothing special here. I'm just tracing around this to get an idea of where we're at. I'm gonna go off screen for a second. This marker is cool. It came with the foam that I ordered from TNT Cosplay Supply, and it shows up really well on their foam. So they did a good job picking the right marker to send out. So with just, you guys aren't missing anything out of frame here. I'm just tracing around. Okay. So we got that. Oh, sweet. Josh is doing the Black Lion Paladin. Yeah, Shiro. That's pretty awesome. Assassin's Creed Origins shield. That would be sweet. Yeah, that new Origins is like the... I watched the like preview or trailer or whatever for that, and that looks so cool. All right. So what I'm going to use to cut this is my handy dandy heat knife, because it works so awesomely. Smooth as butter. Okay. There we go. All right, I've got this whole roll up on the table. So as you can see, when I traced it right here, it kind of went blah with it, because I was tracing around something softer with that material on the edge. So I just kind of cleaned it up with the knife when I went across it here. This I obviously missed a spot. I'm just kind of filling the gap there. Okay.
Costa Gaming EPC. Do you have a PS4 or Xbox One if you can give a gamer tag?
I don't. I play on PC. What did they say? PS4 or Xbox?
Yeah.
Yeah, I play. I haven't done it for a while just because I haven't been able to take the time. But I basically just play ACU, Assassin's Creed Unity, and on the PC. So, fortunately, I'm sorry, I don't have a gamer tag to give you for Xbox or PS4 or PlayStation. All right, cool. So there we go. Let me see if I can zoom you guys out a little bit more so you can see more of this here. And we'll focus a little bit. When we get a to not it just auto exposes itself, so sometimes it get kind of blown out with all the black, but anyway. All right, so now we're gonna draw on the shape that we want on here. I'm considering maybe I can get your opinion on this.
What?
I'm considering, and I guess I probably should have done this before I cut it out, of like, I was thinking maybe having these side pieces like be separate and kind of like overlap a little bit as far as the foam. But they can all just be part of one piece.
I have no idea.
It'll look fine. It'll have dimension to it. It'll be good. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Okay, so probably what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to cut this out, just this section, so that I can kind of trace that out. And then I'll see if I can find my pattern pieces that I originally created for these to make it a little bit easier to trace on here without having to cut this all up. But for this piece, just because I have to equal out to this, I do want to keep kind of these gaps similar. So let's cut that out. For that, I'm going to use, oh yeah, check this out, guys. So I created this cool like drop down leg holster out of like a hairdresser's like stylist bag. I added the little like attachments with the nylon webbing and then had it hook onto my belt and drop down. So I've got like my razor blade and my tin snips, my sharpener or my honing thing, some scissors. Be sitting there working, reach it easily, or if I'm sitting down, it's just like right there as well. So pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it. It's the first time I'm using it tonight, so debuting that little beauty, a little number. Kind of feel bad, like all this work that I did on this. But that is how it goes, guys. You get the real deal here. No cuts, edits, no amazing one shot, it's done type of stuff here. You guys get to see the mess ups, the reworks, all of it. So hopefully you guys are cool with that.
Let's see. Have you gotten to the point yet in your YouTube career that YouTube pays you? Just wondering if you can explain how that works.
Yeah.
Hey, CC Wiz.
Yeah, as soon as you reach, I think, 1,000 views or something like that, you're able to monetize your content. And so I've been monetizing my content about pretty much since I started, because they didn't have that rule when I started my channel. I'm getting more and more from it, but it's really like the ad revenue from YouTube is like, it's not very much. It's very minimal. So like, and they do payouts when you get to $100. And usually, like, my channel has a little bit higher than some, but you usually probably only get around like $2 per 1,000 views on your channel, per 1,000 monetized views. So not every time your video plays does it have an ad on it, and so it's kind of, yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, but basically I'm not making like a ton off of it. I'll get maybe like a payout like once a month, every 2 months kind of thing. So which is around $100. So yeah, I am making money off of the ad revenue, which is great and exciting, but it is very, very small. So a lot of creators, you know, do other things and stuff to try to be able to fund their content and things like that. So like, for example, I sell templates and stuff on my website, and I'm working on a book and plan to do some courses and stuff for you guys too. Continue to fund creating the content and doing the videos for you guys, because the ad revenue is, you know, a small amount. I mean, it's great to have. It is smaller in comparison to some other things that people can do, that are smaller channels, like big ones where you're getting like millions of views all the time. Then, you know, they're doing pretty well, getting some pretty decent money from ad revenue. But hopefully that answered your question.
And then Costa Gaming said, what got you into cosplay and making props?
Yeah, great question. So, I mean, like, all my life I was obsessed with Halloween and dressing up and making costumes and stuff. And like, I usually never finished any of my costumes because I would start too late, but then I would try to make it like too perfect, and I would never finish my costume before I got to the day of Halloween. So I'd always wear like these half-baked costumes, that like parts of them looked super legit. But anyway, so I always loved like dressing up and doing that different things. I love basically any kind of sci-fi, fantasy, superhero show. I am not one of those people that will ever get sick of those. And kind of just have been into all that stuff. I didn't even know. Were just like, I didn't know what I thought Comic-Cons were. I just knew that it was like a bunch of people dressed in Star Trek stuff that would go to them, right? But then one time we went to a convention and to a Salt Lake City Comic-Con, and I kind of was like, all right, well, I know people dress up, so I got to do something. And so I did the 10th Doctor, dressed up, and it was super fun. Had like so much fun. Everybody was super nice, super excited to be there. And I realized that like that Comic-Cons were like way different than I thought, and it was like way more than just Star Trek or anime things. And I was like, this is so cool. These people are so awesome. So I was like, I have to make me something. And then around that same time, we discovered like the polyplastics material. I think it was Plastimake that we saw an ad for on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I want that stuff, that's so cool. And then sorry, I'm not able to work and talk this story at the same time. We can switch to this so I can talk to you guys. And so I think, did you buy it for me for like,
I think it was like a birthday.
yeah, so we Olivia got me some for like
but
my birthday.
Like wrap it or anything. We're like,
it was just kind of like,
this is our birthday.
Here you go. So it was like my birthday or Christmas or something like that. And so we ordered some Instamorph because that was what was available in the US that we saw. And I got it. I'm like, this stuff is so cool. I can make like anything I want. And so I chose to make Inigo Montoya's sword for my first thing I was making with that stuff. Basically one of the first things. I made some like little, you know, generic things or whatever, dinosaurs for the kids. But so I made Inigo Montoya's sword with it, and I was like, wow, this was actually really easy to work with. Like, this is so cool. Anybody can make anything. I want to like teach people how to make this stuff. There weren't too many tutorials on using that material either, so I started creating my YouTube channel, and then I was like, oh, so cool for me to be able to make a sword from a show that I loved and make that sword a reality because I always wanted to own it. And so then I just got really excited about sharing my knowledge with people. And then I started doing more stuff with conventions and dressing up and creating my own costumes and everything. And I was like, this is so cool. Cosplay is awesome. And just got really into it and just kept growing my channel from there. And yeah, it's just, I just love doing it. I love creating, building things with my hands. It's always been something I love to do. I wanted to be an engineer in high school until I found out how much math was involved. And so I like figuring out kind of how things work and how to be able to put it together and piece it together and stuff. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question on that. Back to this. Here we go. Okay. So let me see if I can find my template pieces. it'll make things easier. Okay, well, I'm not going to spend too much time trying to look for those. So, we'll just keep going.
The last 5 minutes of Dear Dumb Diary just to see your part.
Awesome, man. Thanks for checking it out. Sometime you watch the rest of it and see if the rest of the movie's any good.
It's cute and dorky.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good little one. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out one side of these because they're symmetrical. And then we should just be able to flip it around. These ones are these ones my sister's then?
No, they're mine, but you kind of...
What happened to the ones that I did have down here? Here's these ones.
Thank you.
Alright, cool. So, yeah. Anyway. Fun stuff. Did you guys watch Napoleon Dynamite and find me in there? No, in the movie Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh, yeah, he's in the movie a lot, actually.
Yeah, I'm in the Napoleon Dynamite quite a bit. Unlike Dear Dumb Diary, where I'm only in the credits. But yeah, you guys got fun plans for Halloween?
Someone asked if you were going as Nightwing.
Yes, I am. That's why we're doing this, so that we can get this fixed up before Halloween comes around. So, here we go. Trim along here. Okay. So, let's see. These are going to fit along here somehow. I got to figure out which way this went. There we go. Or wait, did this go this way? Yeah, that's better. Okay. Shelf here. Okay, so now what are people saying? Their plans for Halloween? Or has it gotten to
Someone
that?
asks if any more Star Wars props.
Yep, I definitely plan on doing more. Right now I have my live streams and I'm trying to work out a collaboration with somebody. And I've got my and then just a bunch of videos that I have filmed that I need to get edited. The rest of the Wonder Woman stuff, some Deadpool stuff. I've got some Hawk Girl stuff, Ron Weasley's wand, and some other things like that that I've got to kind of get just like edited and out, and then I'll be able to kind of start on some cool new stuff, do some more Star Wars things. Definitely when the movie comes out, I'm sure that I will probably be like, I have to make that. So we'll see what that brings and whatnot. But yeah, great question. I definitely plan to from throughout the Star Wars series. So oops, gonna draw that. Okay, and this one.
CC says, you worked on Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, I was actually just in it. I worked on that one just as an extra, which was way fun. They actually cast me as I had like a legit part in it. I was cast as a nerd. Me and my brother and two other guys were all cast as the nerds that were like big fans of Pedro and Napoleon kind of thing. And we had a part where it was just the four of us nerds and Pedro handing us boondoggles. But, and so Pedro goes around, we're like kind of to each of us. And then he's kind of like, vote for Pedro. And we're like, we just kind of stand there still. And then we all stick our hands out and like asking for another boondoggle. And then he just goes through and gives us each another boondoggle and then kind of like shoos us away. But unfortunately, it didn't make it the final cut. But I am in a lot of different places all throughout. So, yeah, you guys should check. It's like, it was like the summer after junior high, before, like the summer before I started high school. So I'm super young. But you can check it out and see if you can see me. I can tell you one of the spots. So, in the hallway, Trish and Summer are handing out Vote for Summer pins. Vote for Summer? Me and one of the other nerd guys were walking through. We've got like FFA jackets on, right? And we're walking through the hallway, and then Trisha goes to hand me a Vote for Summer pin. And then Summer like grabs her hand and pulls it back, like, don't give him one, he's a nerd, kind of thing. So, yeah, that's me. I've got a backpack on, walking with an FFA jacket. Pretty legit. But I'm in a bunch of places in the background. You just ought to look for me and see if you can see me. Funny story, they misspelled my name in the credits. My name's spelled S-K-Y-L-E-R, and they spelled it S-K-Y-L-A-R. And so now on IMDb, I actually have like a also known as alias name because of being the credits in that. So on IMDb, I'm like Skylar Osler, aka Skylar Osler. So yeah, funny story on that.
Did you say you were going as Nightwing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, I hope I answered the question. I am going as Nightwing for Halloween.
Although it would be way funnier if we were villains from PJ Masks.
It's true. Okay, so we're going to start with the ab section here. I actually wanted to also mark where this got glued on real quick here. Just kind of two little marks as to where that line went. Okay. Here we go. So, we're going to do the like bulging ab kind of things, but I also want it to have a little bit... Say what?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was talking to myself.
You're good. But I also want it to have like some dimension. some angular dimension to it, so it's not just rounded. So what I'm thinking of doing is, let's see. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. So I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of an angular thing here, and then have the rest kind of pop up just normal. Let's see. If I do it there, that works well with this one, but then... Okay, so maybe I do it like... Do I need to go there, there, and there? Will that look okay? Because on these ones, I angled up like that, right? But then on this one, where it's not so square like these, where I can kind of have like a set thing that I do, this one, maybe I just do the same thing and then just have, yeah, that'll look cool. And then over like that. Okay, so let it be drawn. Nope, wrong one. That one's a dud. Okay. Okay. So, do you guys get what I'm talking about here? We're gonna kind of create like a sharp angle along here. On each of these. So we'll try it on these and see if that works before I go and do it on all of them, I guess. Maybe I should draw it on all of them though right now so it's symmetrical. So, and like I'm not too worried about this not being perfect because I kind of like abs in general on like people and stuff aren't like perfect as far as their symmetry. Generally they tend to like have some, you know, differences in abnormalities, if you will. So, so I'm okay if they're slightly different between the two sides, just as long as it's, you know, similar. Kind of thing. So look at that, and then up like that. Okay, cool. So this might look kind of crazy right now, and then this one. What did I? This, I might just do something along the middle there. Okay, cool. So now, one thing to keep in mind is this is all on the underside that I'm drawing this, of the abs, right? So this is going to be the side that's actually front-facing. I'm drawing all these lines on the back because we're going to be cutting into them here, okay? So... next step. We want to, let's see. So Um, I'm not going to touch these areas. So I kind of want to... I'm just going to kind of black that out so I make sure I don't cut along there. These ones are all basically touching. I want to make sure I don't cut here because I want that line kind of down the middle to come up. Okay, so around these edges, these outer edges, we're going to do just a cut into it. Not any kind of angled or anything, just like a scoring, just scoring it basically along the outer edge. And then along here, I want to do an L cut. So I'm going to cut straight along here and along here, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go at an angle and then at an angle. So that when we push this out and fold that in on itself, it's going to kind of force it to come down at an angle down this. It's hard to say. Like when you're thinking about it three-dimensionally, looking at it through here, right? It's going to poke out on this side. Let me get my finger in here. It's going to poke out. Push it out from here. And so I want it to be able to kind of, with that L cut, I want it to kind of fold in on itself like this a little bit. But I want it to, this part to be more straight, and then this part to fold in so that it comes in at an angle, like it's kind of tucking under, right? So you'll see it once I do it, okay? Do we have any questions yet, anybody? Oh, CC Wiz asked what are the kids going as? We're gonna try to do PJ Masks costumes for them, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, Costa Gaming says they don't do anything for Halloween in Brazil. What? That's sad. Let's see. Go as the neighborhood, and they're also stopping. The church is doing as well. Cool. Let's see. And then Zach Babob's doing Christian Bale Batman. Sweet. That's awesome. Okay. So for this, I'm not going to use the heat knife because that'll just cut all the way through. I just want to cut in a little bit. And so we're going to use probably just this little guy. Little X-Acto knife. I just got this knife sharpener. So we're going to give this a try.
Ugh, yuck. Don't like that sound.
Oh, sorry about the sound, guys, but this needs to be sharp because it's been a long time since. So this is 1,000 grit diamond coated knife sharpening stone, whatever.
Told him he never buys me diamonds.
Okay. So then, after that, we'll just give it a quick little. Just to hone it down and make that got caught on there that we're getting that. Hopefully, we just do a little. Yeah, that's sharp. Okay. All right, here goes, guys. Surgery time. Bring you guys in for a close-up. See if I can focus. There we go. All right, cool. So just first, right? And we'll focus on just one at a time. You want to make sure that you're not cutting all the way through, or else you'll ruin your whole all the work that you've done. So you want to cut into it and score it well, but don't cut too far through, okay?
You have a question. Is it based on a specific version of Nightwing, or is it your design?
Yeah, it's based on the Nightwing from Young Justice, but I basically, okay, if I were to be adapting this from the Young Justice series to a live action of the Young Justice series, how would I translate his costume into a live action costume, right? So then I kind of took some artistic leeway with different things. Hey guys, real quick, just a note on this. I'm not like, I'm just trying to make sure I have all these corner edges like meeting up. Like, I'm just making sure I got everything. I'm just kind of running through the path just to fill it and make sure I got it all. Okay, cool. So I did just the outline, right? Now I'm going to do the L cut on this. Okay, so I'm going to go straight along the line first here. And then straight this way. And now I'm going to go again, I'm going to go at an angle. And cut back into it. Let's see. Should be able to then. There we go. Kind of peel back that little channel there that you've cut out. And once again, you just got to be careful when you're doing this not to cut all the way through. You're just cutting on the back side of it, kind of creating this channel. I'll show you guys the cool effect of that here in just a little bit. Come on. Cool. Do we have any other questions while I'm?
Sorry, I'm doing something.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, just a minute.
Let's see. So you on Instagram? Oh yeah, thanks CC Wiz. Yeah, guys, my Instagram handle is cosplay_apprentice. So I do a lot of kind of like my work in progress stuff on there. Kind of behind the scenes photos of the inner workings of the cosplay apprentice. So a Nightwing costume on there, and you can also see Olivia's cool steampunk Catwoman on there. So Cool, cool. All right. So, let me, well, it would be best to cut the rest of these out while it's flat before we heat this up. I was like, let's do this and show you guys how cool it looks. But it'll actually be better to cut the rest of these out before we do that. So, let's just keep going with that. If you guys have questions, this is a great time because I can kind of cut while I answer questions for you guys. Let's see the chat go. Hey guys, I do have Super Chat turned on. If any of you guys want to sponsor this video, feel free to donate whatever amount you want or can in the Super Chat. I'll give you a big shout out. And yeah, it'll be super awesome. It'll make your comments stick up at the top for a little while, and you'll get a special shout out from us here at the Cosplay Apprentice.
Yeah.
Are you back on yet? Are you still doing something?
I am. Comics Armory says, have you ever considered doing an armored Daredevil?
Well, that'd be cool. I loved the Netflix series with Daredevil, and I was like, before he got his costume, I was kind of like, oh man, it'd be so easy to do a Daredevil, because you just like put a black thing over your face. But yeah, an armored Daredevil, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't really thought of it, but that would be a sweet one to do. Did y'all see the Black Panther trailer that came out? The new one that came out? Wasn't that this week?
Yeah. How did you ask me? You watched it like probably 10 times.
Yeah, I watched that trailer a bunch. I'm super excited for Black Panther.
The other question, is that all foam EVA?
Yeah, this is EVA Foam. I got it from TNT Cosplay Supply, and so it's nice because it's smooth on both sides. And this is the 6mm foam that I'm doing this with. Like the floor mat foam size is thick. And so this is like the 6mm that comes in 6, 4, 2, and 10, I believe, and maybe even thicker. But hopefully that answered your question. So cutting this angled part is a little tricky because of the other cut.
Black Panther mask, do one.
Okay.
New mask from the trailer. That's the gaming size.
Oh, the new mask from the trailer? I'm trying to... Well, because there's like... It looks from the trailer. And his is... I didn't see too many differences in the mask, but I did see in the suit it's a little bit different. It's got like more of like kind of these like bumps on it rather than like the kind of like woven. It looks like he switches halfway through the movie is what I'm guessing from watching the trailer. The one from Civil War and the new one. Either way, I'm going to do a Black Panther mask and it's going to be pretty cool, I hope. I'm excited for it. But yeah, when I saw that trailer, the first one, I got to do something. So cool. So the nice thing is like this doesn't have to be like super perfectly clean because it's just on the back side here, but you do want to make sure that you have like a decent little channel back here to help get that definition. So once again, I just kind of scored and outlined the outside, and then I did the L cut on these inside pieces, right? So then same thing here, I'm just going to score along this outside. Okay, and then just to be, it's always good to make sure you're keeping your blade nice and sharp. Did we have any other questions? I'm cutting.
They're just kind of talking about, they think a couple people think the Black Panther villains look a little boring because we've had some fun Marvel ones like, gosh, Vulture, not Voltron. Bunch of lions put together. And then, but,
I don't know. It seems like they have some pretty cool tech though.
yeah, Arachnoid3 Cosplay says, I discovered you this week. You've already helped me unknowingly. I'm doing a cyborg cosplay and I'm trying to figure out how to do the helmet. So I got Iron Fist hood and it helped.
Sweet. So glad. Thanks for tuning in for the live stream. Welcome to the Build Guild.
And hi.
Howdy, howdy. Yeah, that's so cool. I'm so glad that video helped you out. Yeah, that Iron Fist one was fun. I like anytime I can work with Ronnie. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys saw yet, if you've watched how many of my other videos you've watched, but I did a fun collaboration with Ronnie for my Deadpool costume. We filmed a fun little like live action cartoon live action combination with him wearing Deadpool costume. It turned out pretty fun. That's on his channel, but I think I have a link to it on my videos. From my videos. Okay, cool. So, I think we'll just deal with cutting it out. I want to try this and make sure that this is working before we get too far into this. So, we're going to pull out the heat gun. I'm going to zoom out here for you guys. So you can... And then focus. There we go. Okay, so... can you guys see this? Let's tilt a little bit more. So I'm going to try to clamp this down here. To this to let me get this in there. I like to use the end of this, or sometimes I'll use the end of my honing sharpening stick or whatever as well, just to, once I heat this up, to kind of press them in and get the shape that I'm wanting. I'm gonna try, actually I haven't been using this very much lately, so we're just gonna do it with the end of this, and I'll show you guys kind of what I'm talking about with that here in a second. So what we're gonna do is take a drink of water. Thank you. All right. So let's start with this one. So we're going to take our heat gun. We're going to heat this up. And then we're going to heat this up all kind of around this edge. You're going to see this edge kind of start to appear a little bit sharper. And then we're going to take this honing stick thing and like just push the foam out and just like round it out from the bottom kind of thing. And then it goes. So if the audio gets too loud with the heat gun, please hurry and comment, let me know, and I can mute the mic. I'll have Olivia keep an eye out, but for now I'm going to just keep it on. I'll run the heat gun on low so it's not too loud for you guys.
Comics Armory wants to know if you'll ever do a full armor like Iron Man or Robocop.
Doing an Iron Man eventually, create an Iron Man costume. I don't know when that'll be necessarily, but I am pretty positive that I'll probably. Don't you think? So I don't know if you guys can see from there, but these lines that we did on the outside are starting to kind of split open a little bit from the heat. Okay, so remember we're on the back side of the abs here right now. So it's like everything we're kind of doing, we have to think about the fact that it's, well, the look that we're wanting is going to be on the other side. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this and run it along the lines here. And kind of really just try to push this out.
Cheese wants to know which of the Iron Man suits is your favorite.
I don't know. Like, I know that there's been a bunch of different versions, but like when I'm watching them, I have no idea. Like, I would have to look at them side by side to be able to say which one. But like, just trying to go off of like my memory of watching them and stuff, like I don't really notice the differences when I'm watching the show.
Welcome back, Phasmatic.
Okay, so I don't know if you, let's see. So you see how that's like kind of sticking out there? Now what I want to do is I want to try to create that sharper edge along there. And I think that the way we're going to be able to do that is by using the hot glue. But I do want to kind of try to press this bottom section out just a little bit more. So we're going to heat again.
And then 3D Gaming says this will help with my Robin cosplay.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll be great. I'm glad that you guys are able to kind of see like, oh, or, you know, I could use this technique for this. That's what I want. I'm hoping that like as I'm kind of showing you, even though we're working on Nightwing, that you're able to see, oh man, I could use that technique and accomplish this that I've been wanting to do. Like that's kind of my hopes in doing these, is that you guys are seeing the techniques and being able to try to see how you can apply those to accomplish your goals and forge your fandoms. So, sorry, what were you laughing about? What's going on?
Comic Armory says, for me, my favorite is Mark 7 Avengers, Mark 45 Avengers 2, Mark 17 Heartbreaker. They know their stuff.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Mac and Jesus, I can't tell them apart either. I do really like the suitcase one from Iron Man 2.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, that's true. That one was pretty cool.
Costa Gaming.
I like.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Isn't there one where he has like a bracelet and it all comes out of the bracelet now too, or something like
That's
that?
like newer, right?
Was that in? Was that just in Homecoming? Spider-Man Homecoming. Anyway,
Costa
that was cool.
Costa Gaming EPC says, do you watch any anime shows?
I watched some. I haven't. Yeah, does Voltron count as anime? It's animated. I don't know if it counts as anime, but I watched Sword Art Online. I liked that a lot. And I watched Ruby. I count that as anime, even though I think it's American made. But I don't know if anime has to be Japanese or not. But
Comics Armory says, I had the $10 heat guns from Harbor Freight kind of explode and break.
Shoot. Take it back. I hope that you can take that back and get your money back. Yeah, I had that happen on my first one.
Well,
it didn't really explode, but it just like stopped working all of a sudden. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of been a mixed. I've heard mixed reviews. Like,
says I'm on my fourth one.
Oh, serious?
If you spent $10 each time, maybe you should just get a $40 one.
Yeah. I mean, I would, like, this one I got from Home Depot. They had another one that was a little bit less than this, so this was like $40. They had one that was like 30 or 25 or something like that, of Wagner brand as well. This one's lasted me 3 years already, I think, or 2.
I don't even remember.
3. Yeah, I think this one's lasted me almost like 3 years. You know, if you're wanting to get one that's gonna last, I would recommend this one.
It cools it down.
Yeah, because it has a cooling feature, so like it's kind of annoying because it keeps blowing after you're done. But it's like, I think it helps a lot, the longevity of the heat gun. Like, it switches into a cooling mode after air until it cools down. It's worked really well for me. I just like I want that Harbor Freight one to work, because it's such a great price, you know. Looking for you, I would just look for something else, spend a little bit more money, and get something that's gonna last a while. Then, sorry about that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, if you guys saw, I just kind of opened up some of these a little bit more. I want to heat and press in this top part just a little bit more, and then we'll bring out the hot glue and really get the definition to show up here how we're wanting.
Carla says, are you always live when I'm supposed to sleep?
Probably. I'm sorry. We put our kids to bed, and then that's when we're able to hop on live, and so we're usually pretty late with the live streams, catching the late crowd.
And then Costa Gaming said, did you see the new Sword Art Online?
What? No. I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't know there was another one coming out. Yeah, I thought that was a lot of fun. Sword Art Online. Like, it was just such a crazy concept of like just getting stuck in the game, and then like, you know, you die in the game, you die in real life kind of situation. And just like the full dive gaming idea, that was pretty cool. That would be pretty sweet to do. But yeah, and then Gun Gale Online I thought was really cool, when he just gets his like chooses the lightsaber thing or whatever. It's like, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'll have to check that out. What was the name of it? Sword Art Ordinal scale, huh?
And then comment summary said, do you use what do you use to seal a foam? Mod Podge, Plastidip, etc.
Yeah, I use Plastidip. So first you heat seal it. So I don't know if you guys can see how much shinier this area is right here that we've been heating up compared to the rest. That's because this part's still raw and the pores are quite open in the foam. But over here, those pores to kind of close up and kind of seal themselves off. If you try to paint on it with anything when the pores are still all open like this, it's going to just like seep into the foam like a sponge. But if you heat seal it, just going over it with a heat gun first, then you can come across with the Plastidip, and that does. You put the paint on top of that, and then it helps. It helps coat the foam and everything like that. So I like Plastidip. It's worked really well for me. And you get a nice smooth coat. Make sure to shake the can super well. Make sure it's not cold. The can's not cold. If you need to, you can like put a little bowl of hot water from the tap. Get a bowl of hot water from the tap, and then just set the bottom of the can in there for a little bit before you're going to paint to just kind of warm it up. Make sure you shake it super, super well, and then you should be good to be able to get a nice smooth coat really well. So hopefully that answered that question. All right, we're going in with the glue gun here.
No. Has it been on?
Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do with the hot glue is we're going to put it in these cracks. So what that's going to do for us is on these outside ones, we're going to kind of forces these cracks open. So that gives us a sharper definition and bend on this side, right? And then what we're going to do as well is we're going to put some glue in to this one, and then we're going to press that and glue it shut, so that gives us the definition and the line on the other side. Hopefully that makes sense. You guys will see here in a second. So I'm going to start with these outside ones. Get some hot glue down in there. This part's kind of tricky right here along this edge, but we got this. Okay. Let's see. Some of this I didn't quite get. Whoop. I kind of try to fold it back the best I can. Be able to really open that up and get the glue in there. Yeah. So I did some on the rest of it. Do you want to pull that, the top part up? And show the peeps. Here, we'll switch camera angles for a second. Okay. So, so here's the top. Oh, shoot. What just happened? Well, I just broke that. The side of the breastplate piece.
Can it be reattached?
It's out of fold. Anyway, so yeah, there's some battle damage. Just broke a piece off of it. It's so battle damaged. Yeah, I don't know if you could see, but I added some weathering and some damage on there and stuff. So.
We can fix it.
So yeah, then as this cools, you just want to kind of...
Oh, honey, when you were showing it, you're kind of holding it where the other camera was.
Oh, shoot, here we go. Switch back. So as that's kind of cooling, kind of flex these out so that it cools with holding it open.
Costa Gaming says, well, at least it broke now and not when you were out with it.
Yeah, that's true. Good call.
It's one of the kind of lame things about Sintra, though. It is a little bit brittle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened with foam.
No way. Yep.
Did you say that maybe you want to do this with a low temperature glue?
Yeah, like this kind of thing, it'll cool faster if you're doing a low temp hot glue. I only have the high temperature, which, you know, works better for like adhering things together. But if you have a low temp and a high temp, then like use the low temp to do these because it'll cool a lot quicker. But yeah, so now I'm going to put a little bit inside of my little L channel.
Hi, Zuli!
Zuli, what's up? All right, cool. So then on this one, rather than pulling it apart, we're going to want to cools. And for longevity purposes, we probably want to do this with like the contact cement on this inside piece, but I've got the hot glue gun out and I don't want to put on my mask, so right now. So this is what we're doing. We'll do it with the hot glue. Where are we at in time, love?
It's 10:06. What time did you start?
I think I started a little bit after 8:30.
I think it's around 8:40.
Okay.
About half an hour.
Cool.
A little over.
Okay. So let's flip it over and take a look and see if that looks cool at all. Oh yeah. Check that out. Oh, wait. There you go. Check that out. So it's got kind of like this, it like sticks out a little bit, but then right along here it's got kind of a sharper edge to it, which I think is really cool. It's a really cool effect. So, yeah, I think that's working. We're going to keep doing that. That turned out awesome. Nice work, team. Okay. So, from that experience, I realized that on this outline I can probably cut a little bit deeper because I kind of went a little bit deeper all the way around on that as we did it. So, just kind of get that all a little bit more. Around the edges here. Cool. Some heat. Any questions on how we just did that or anything about doing that? I mean, it looks pretty ugly from the backside with all the hot glue and stuff. But that looks, I think that, and the fact that this is all one piece is like way cool.
I think it will look even cooler as you build on.
Yeah. Each piece, it's gonna just look cooler and cooler. So I'm going to be careful to try to not reheat that hot glue from the other one.
Maybe it would be good to like
Just heat all of it. Yeah, it's a good idea.
In cosplay, all that matters is what's on the outside, not the inside. So it's the what's on the outside that counts.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely heated up the hot glue on the other one. So what I'm kind of doing, I don't know if you guys can tell, is I'm kind of pushing on the back side along those lines, and then I'm pressing with this to kind of round it out along those edges. Okay. Okay, cool. So now we'll do this top one. Olivia had a good idea. Just shape each one of these first, and then go back through and hot glue them. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, I didn't cut the edges on this one deeper yet. Cuts a little deeper. What was that laugh?
That you haven't cut it.
Oh yeah, and I was heating it. What I'm doing on this one, like this on the outside. And then I'm gonna do like a V. So before we did like an L, so I did one straight cut and then I did one angled. This one here, I'm gonna do two angled. So I'm gonna come through at an angle here like this. Come on. And then come through at an angle like this. Because on this one, I want them to like meet, you know, at a sharp symmetrically. Whereas on these other ones, I wanted it to be like more flat, angled down off of there. But this one I want them to like meet in the middle and kind of teepee a little bit.
Costa Gaming says, nice apron, by the way. Really thinking about getting one.
Sweet, yeah. Thank you. I'm really liking it, actually. Like with all the dust and stuff. Sorry, I'm standing up so you guys can see it. It's got pockets here. I haven't really used them too much. I'm sure I'm catching lots of like scraps and dust in them, but it's really nice because it goes far enough down when you're sitting, like stuff that's like would be falling and getting on your clothes or different things, you know, when you're sanding and you get a bunch of stuff. Instead of it getting all over me or, you know, dust all over my shirt or different things, or if I'm working with glues or different things, I don't always remember to change into like dirty work clothes before I start working on cosplay projects. And so the apron's been really nice because I just throw that on and then pretty well without being too worried about stuff spilling on it. So yeah, thanks. I believe I still have a link in the description to the to my yeah, there you go, the one merch store, spreadshirt.com/cosplayapprentice. I think I'm the only one that's ordered one so far. But yeah, we should, if you guys get them, you should totally take a picture on Instagram and then like hashtag cosplayprin or cosplay apprentice, right? Those were the two good ones that we came up with last time. Hashtag one of those two, and then like do the @ symbol to my handle, because I would love to see that. That would be so sweet.
Mac and Cheese says, plus you look very official.
Yeah, right. It's the official apron of cosplay. All right, let's heat this thing up and make this look cool. Sorry, I don't know how to keep this in frame very well while I'm doing this. I just kind of have to be able to get at it from whatever angle. What I need to do is create like a little blacksmith's anvil or something like that has like a thing like this that just sticks up out of it that I can just kind of like roll it on it, you know? Come up with something cool like that. But for now, this'll do. Okay, so let's just hurry and jump and do this while we're at it. think this is gonna be cool.
Welcome back, CC Wiz.
Welcome back. We're still just having.
Apps take time.
We're still just having an. Sorry guys, I'll try to abstain from making ab jokes. No, I can't help myself. I can't promise anything.
Your absence has been missed.
Nice. Nice. Okay, let's take a look at kind of what it's looking like. Oh, you guys, that is so cool. So sweet. So yeah, once we get that hot glue in, it'll start to all be a lot more defined. But that yeah. All right, let's do the hot glue on these because I want to see how that looks.
Comics Armory wants to know who your favorite hero is.
Favorite hero. So this question's always tricky for me because I think it like varies depending on how the question is asked. My favorite hero is probably Spider-Man. The superhero that I would like to have the powers of is Martian Manhunter.
I totally think that you would be more of a Green Lantern.
Yeah, I could see me being a Green Lantern as well. Okay, well look, see there that's a different question though too. That's like if
what you would want or what you would actually have.
Yeah, right? It's like what I but I could see myself having Martian Manhunter's powers too because it's got like a little bit of everything, you know? But Green Lantern is pretty cool because like his power is only basically limited by his creativity, right? So yeah.
That sounds like you.
So, you know, the more creative that you're able to be, the more powerful you are.
Arachnoid3 says, I just ordered my smock.
Smock.
Acosta Gaming says, what? Why take years to get abs when you can make them in hours? I'll just wear it under my clothes.
Right? I should have named this video different and like
how to get abs.
How to get abs in 2 hours. How to get a totally ripped 6-pack in 2 hours. Oh, you guys, man, I need to start changing my titles of my videos here. Tap into the health and fitness arena market. Lots of people would love to see how to make abs and how to get crazy 6-pack abs. Oh yeah, look at that definition now on that one.
Wow, that's really cool.
Super nice. Okay, now let's get this little definition here.
Who needs to go to the gym when you have foam?
Yeah, I'm using a gym foam floor mat.
Gross if it really was on the gym.
That's so funny though. Oh, whoops. I need like a freeze ray. To cool the hot glue faster. Should I try to blow on it like Tristan? He uses the excuse of everything when we try to feed him stuff. He's like, oh, hot, hot. Even like if it's not hot, because he just doesn't want to eat anything but candy. And so, he's quite the...
Hi, Athena Moonstone! I haven't watched the live stream in so long. I miss you guys.
We missed you. Welcome back. Haha, yeah. Check that out, peeps. Look at that. That nice little accent right there. Yeah? Cool or what?
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, man. Alright. Cool, so we got it here and here. Let's add one more. Oh, I think I might be running out of this stick.
I think I bought a ton.
I know. We've got plenty. I just need to grab another one. Okay. You guys, this is going to be way cooler than the one I made out of Sintra. The abs on this.
Athena, last time I was on here, we were talking about sushi. Still sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, when you were thought
Pretty sure I
about sushi at like the next day, I'm pretty sure.
That's the way I work.
But the funny thing is that Crunchyroll isn't even like it's like an anime like
I know.
Netflix
She
kind of
told
thing.
me what it was. It still sounds yummy.
It does. Sounds very appetizing.
Arachnoid 3 says, does this make you an abstetrician?
Nice. Yes. Yes, it does.
Costagini says you could use an upside down compressed air to cool it down quicker.
Yeah, I have some of those. And I've done that on some things. But with how much I end up, like, touching the material and stuff afterwards, I found out that, like, they put, like, a huffing it, I think.
It's called huffing.
Huffing it, whatever.
The game. Or at least it was when we were.
And at least the ones I got. And so when I would spray it and I'd keep working with it, like, then I'd like have this really bad taste. I don't know. Then like if I accidentally like finger in my mouth or something, then I'd get that really bad taste from having touched it. Oh, the reason I accidentally put my finger in my mouth. You guys have seen all the time, like when I'm working with the hot plastic, like I'll lick my finger and rub it smooth or something, right? So that's how I would accidentally put my finger in my mouth, in case you guys were wondering.
Has been made since I left. I don't know. Laugh out loud. Maybe turn it around.
Yeah, I'll as soon as this
See that
cools
there
here.
has been progress.
Yeah, you're like, did you do anything while I was out? Alright, well, we're coming close to a close here, guys, but I think, like, you guys all have the idea. We basically did half of it, you know? So then you just repeat the same thing on the other half. But, here we go. We're about to have the moment of truth. So, there you go, everybody. This is
Beautiful it is.
This is it, all finished. So then you just paint that, and then... Okay, you guys ready for reals, though? For realsies? Should we do this first and then flip it over, or should we flip it over and see? Let's flip it over and see. Alright? Yeah, you guys ready? Okay.
It's a little
Oh, shoot. I keep doing that every time. Anticlimactic. Dang it. Look at that, you guys. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, we've got like these sharp edge kind of things that like taper down, but it's got like this. That's so cool, guys. Can you guys seeing those angles okay with the lighting? Yeah. All right. So now let's just do this one real quick and then we'll be done for the day. For tonight.
Me too, and Dina Moonstone.
What?
She said now she's hungry. She did say that the mic is going in and out for her.
Dang it. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what's causing it to do that. Yeah, hopefully it's working. I don't know. As far as I can tell, on my end, I'm not able to really tell. So.
Grant says Spartans.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you could do a really good, like... Ouch!
Sorry.
Guys, hot glue is hot, so just keep that in mind.
Mac and Cheese says cosplay apprentice.
Oh, nice!
I don't know why that made me laugh.
That's awesome.
And Costa Gaming says, do you watch The Flash, Arrow, or Legends of Tomorrow?
All of them. I like, remember earlier, guys, when I said I'm like a sucker for any kind of superhero, sci-fi, or fantasy show? Yeah, I watch basically any of them. Anything like I'm on Netflix, I'm like just flipping through, and if it has like any kind of thing where it says super powered people or like
Oh, good night, Grant.
sci-fi. Good night, Grant. Have a good one.
CC Liz says, would you have to use latex to go over it for a Spartan? What are you making, like?
Are you wanting it to look
like
like
gold or metalish armor type thing? Or what do you?
Yeah, if you're trying, are you trying to go for a metal look? Are you trying to go for a leather look? Are you trying to go for what are you trying to? Are you trying to make it look like actual skin abs? Like
a little belly button in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Help us out. Let us know what you're trying to go for, the look wise on that, like material wise, and then we can help you answer. Okay, so now on this, remember we cut like a little valley, like a little V in here. And what we're gonna do is kind of pinch, try and pinch that valley together. Ah, hot glue. So once again, like the low temp hot glue would be better for this because it would cool quicker. So you wouldn't have to be trying to like hold it for as long. So yeah, let's see. Did they say?
Yeah. No, I was saying because like the Spartan and Serena didn't wear shirts. I was just saying that you would have to put latex to give the skin look. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for skin look. Yeah, I haven't done this myself yet, but it's been something I've been. Sometimes I just kind of like contemplate how I would try to do something, and I've been thinking about how I would try to do like a skin, like texture, base, and get the muscles and everything or whatever. Cover it with like a material type of thing, and then I was thinking I could use instead of having to try to like buy expensive sometimes. I was thinking about doing like they have the clear paintable silicone like caulk at the hardware store, and I was wondering if it would work if I took that and added like, and then just kind of like painted that on, because it could be clear so that you could because I'm thinking of like a gobble, might be able to dye it with some kind of food coloring or something, mix it in with a thinner, and because those are super cheap, like they're like $1 for a tube of that caulk stuff, and so I was wondering if I might be able to. I haven't tried it yet, so it's still a theory, but like take that kind of thing and then dye it whatever color, and then it's also paintable, so even if you didn't dye it, you could use the clear or the white and then like paint it whatever color you wanted, but it would have kind of that skin tone to it. I was thinking if you dyed it, then it would be like built in, kind of. But yeah, so that might be an option. But yeah, so let's take a look.
There's one thing I do is go over it to cool it down.
Oh, that's a good idea. Just same thing I do with the plastic.
But with water, not your spit.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Check that out, guys. Super cool. Let's see. If I hold... You guys. That's so sweet. Don't you think? Mm-hmm. I am liking that, guys. That is cool. I was going to say cool beans, but...
Cool abs.
That's cool abs.
Costas Gaming says,
Cool sculpting abs.
Don't forget to check out the trailer for Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you for letting me know about that, because when does it come out? You guys, I love foam.
Just saying.
It was fun playing with the Sintra, and there's some cool stuff you can do, but for props for the most part.
But the spine is
I mean,
so
like the
cool.
spine turned out so cool on there. Like, for those of you that haven't seen it before, I made this like articulate and stuff, so it's super cool, and it like comes down and everything. And so like there was some really cool stuff, and it's like it's hard, which is sweet, the Sintra, because it kind of gives like this more like, you know, armored feel to it.
I have the hiccups. I'm sorry, everyone.
But like you saw earlier when the side of the thing just busted off, it can be kind of brittle, and it takes a long time to make stuff with, and it I don't know. It's got its uses. It's you can do cool stuff with it. I'm too impatient, I think, because it just took too long. Whereas I can do some like doing those abs, like to get this far, with the Sintra, like it took me like several days, kind of thing. Whereas this, we just did in like a couple hours. So, talking and figuring it out and all that. But anyway, I'm super excited about how this is turning out. So what this will do is this will go up underneath here. Obviously, it's gonna like wrap around my body a little bit more.
My body.
But that's gonna look. Oh, come on, get the right angle here.
It's funny to see like your hand at the bottom holding your
Curve,
What is happening?
curve. Anyway, you guys get the idea, right? It's gonna look cool. All right, sweet. Do we have any questions before we finish up here?
Athena was like, "Hey, do you guys watch Cosplay Chris?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, I watch Cosplay Chris."
Oh yeah. Cool, cool.
And then Ashley W, hey there, says, "Hey now, that's."
Nice.
And then Ronaldo said, "Wow, Cosplay Princess looks stunning."
Thank you so much.
Oh, and CC Wiz's bodysuit came in for Batfleck over the weekend.
Oh, nice, man. Sweet. I'm excited to see how that turns out. That's gonna be cool. All right. Okay, EPC, I'll be checking it out later.
I didn't like the other seasons.
Of Sword Art
Online.
Online.
He liked the first season.
Oh, just the first one. It was weird because the first season like felt like it had 2 seasons in it, because it was both like Sword Art Online, and then halfway through it switched to like the
The gun one.
no, it switched halfway through to the like the elf one or whatever, the fairy. I can't remember what that one was called, but anyway, yeah, no, I totally know what you mean. That one was kind of like there was some cool stuff. I thought the gun. I'm excited to see this other one, see what they got. And the thing about having a little switch back from Batfleck and Nightwing with that would be sweet.
Like the emblems.
That's kind of a cool idea. Build kind of like a basic, like superhero, like Batman universe armor. You know, switch out a couple pieces with magnets to be able to switch characters. That's actually a really cool idea. I like that. But put on a Screama and mask and emblem and done. That's so sweet, man. That's way cool. That's a great idea. All right. Well, I think we're done for tonight, guys. We've gone to our 2-hour mark. Try to keep it around that. So crazy. If you guys missed the beginning or different things, wanted to see how we did some of this. Sweet, absolutely amazing
Ab workout.
this ab workout. If you guys want to know how to get a six-pack abs in under 2 hours.
We're halfway there.
Watch this in double time. And then rinse and repeat on the other side. So yeah, after this, I'm gonna, obviously finish the other side so that it's not just half ab. Don't want to do a half ab job, and then we'll do designs before.
Ordinal Scale is a movie.
What?
Sorry, Sword Art Online.
The movie? So it's gonna be a movie, not a episodic? Cool. Well, that'll be sweet.
Bye, CC Wiz. CC Wiz, want to be a 7-pack? Because we have that little...
Oh, yeah. This is actually gonna get covered up, unfortunately, by the top piece.
I don't even have one of those.
The emblem comes down. Yeah, well, that's like the sternum. It was just... I'm going to put like a magnet probably in there and have the top piece kind of magnetized to it. I don't know. We just made it look cool for fun. It's going to be covered up actually because the emblem, the bottom part of the little bird comes down right here.
Night, Athena. Night, CC Wiz. Good night, Mac and Cheese.
Anyway, everybody that's leaving. So yeah. I don't know if this will be on live. I'm going to basically transfer over these shapes onto here, and we'll be doing what I did on the Wonder Woman breastplate probably for those, and we'll just burn in those outlines of those pieces. So that like the abs kind of stick out, and then these will be kind of like burnt in along the rest of it. So, should be cool. Yeah, I think that's probably it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are awesome. I'm so grateful for you guys, watching my channel, watching my videos, tuning in for the live streams. And I look forward to it every week. Hopefully you guys found some of these techniques valuable. Hopefully you guys had fun tonight. I know I sure did. But yeah, check out my other videos in the meantime. Subscribe. Make sure if you're subscribing, if you haven't, to click that bell button so you get all notifications to be notified of live streams. If you want to catch up and watch the rest of this on the replay, YouTube does have the feature now to be able to watch things in 1.5 or 2 times speed, so that you can kind of whiz through it a little bit quicker. You can kind of hear it all a little bit quicker or slow it down for parts. That way you can catch everything, but still be able to get it in a decent time. So I'll leave this. Usually I leave it up for like a week. That's when I kind of put that one, close it down in the vault. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Subscribe, and cosplay on, my friends. You guys rock.
Bye, guys. Good night.
Ciao, ciao. All right, here we go. 2 camera cover up again.
Okay. We'll see how this goes.
Okay, now you just hit the button.
I'm not gonna hit the button.
Okay. So, yeah, stop streaming. Here we go. I got this.